Theme song.
Bip, bip, ting.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to I guess this would be kind of our first challenge video.
No, I swear we did one once.
We didn't do a Nuzlocke though, I don't think.
Are you sure? I remember there being a bunch of rules.
Maybe we tried to start one, but I think we might have done it in Gen 1, and Gen 1's not made for it.
Why is it called Nuzlocke?
I believe it's for the creator.
Okay. I gotta find the other one.
Okay, so the Nuzlocke
Like, I'm assuming it's, like, you know, I'm just...
set of rules intended to create a high level of difficulty while playing Pokemon games. So the name of the challenge originates from the comic series of the same name, which features a Nuzleaf resembling lost character John Locke as a recurring gag character. There you go.
Okay.
So the rules that we are going with
that comic.
the Nuzlocke is the two core rules are any Pokemon that faints is considered dead.
Right.
They have to be released or put in the Pokemon storage system permanently.
So permadeath.
Yeah. The player may only catch the first wild Pokemon encountered in each area, none else.
All right.
You have one shot at a Pokemon in each area. If it encounters faints or flees, there are no second chances. If it's a double battle, so if two Pokemon appear, you get to choose which one.
So if they encounter, if the thing we're fighting first faints or flees, we just don't get a Pokemon for that area.
Yes.
What is this?
If I am invoking the doubles clause that if we get a Pokemon we already see, including its evolution line, we can have up to 3 more chances in that area. So if we get the same Pokemon 3 more times, fuck us.
All right. So, and that's a thing, is it?
Yeah. So the optional rules you can put in place
Good God.
for these sorts of things. We're also going to go with healing. You can only heal at Pokemon centers. So no potions or anything like that.
Right.
Well,
this won't be fun. I mean, it'll be fun to watch what happens to you, I suppose.
I've also randomized the ROM. So there's random Pokemon. They're not random trainers or anything like that because I feel that I'm not ready for that chaos on the first run. Like,
You'd be able to get, like, bosses.
You could, yeah. You could just get an unfair thing right up. We're also, generally these runs, you don't start the Nuzlocking rules until you get out of sort of tutorial acres where they give you your first Pokemon.
Okay.
Because you generally, if your first Pokemon faints, done. Generally...
Rules are rules. I don't make them. My name's
The
not
other thing you can do
Lockman.
is, if you faint, if you run out of Pokemon, you're done.
Right.
I think we're going to do.
Oh, this will be over quick.
I'm interested to see where we go. Also, the Pokemon at the start don't count until we get the Pokeballs. So the Pokemon we see in the grass at the start,
Right. Okay.
like, because you
Well,
can't catch them.
Yeah,
So-
I've played Pokemon Red. And, I don't know, some of that one where all the Pokemon are cute girls.
So this is Pokemon Pearl.
Is the dad that's about to leave us got a big mustache, or is that him grimacing because he's pretending to care that he's leaving us
This is
forever?
the Professor.
Okay.
This isn't Dad.
Why has he got a briefcase?
That's where he keeps his Pokeballs. What do you think
Didn't
he keeps
I
them on
just,
his
like-
belt like a pleb?
Are there, like, bootleg Pokeballs, you know? Like, is that a problem in the Poke universe? You know, like, can I not just have, like, a Poke briefcase that I chuck at things? Like, what if I wanted a Pokeball that was huge and gave me, like, a better shot at, like, hitting the thing? Because that's, like, the universe doesn't think about this. And I understand why, but, like, I'm gonna think about it, you know? Like, oh, look at this. I caught a fucking, you know, Charizard on my first at bat. How'd you do that? Oh, well, I've got this, you know, magnetic Poke Fridge Ball launcher. You know, you'd be surprised how much you lower their health when they get slammed to the side of the head by Fridgemon. Like, can you just do that? Like, what if I was just like, because Team Rocket needs to step up their, like, you know, scams. Like, I discovered a new Pokemon called Fridgemon, and it's just me sticking googly eyes in a fridge. No one would notice. You know, I'd just be like, oh yeah, it's like the Kakuna. It just sits there for a while. In a bit, it's going to turn into an even better fridge, and you'll love it. It'll be great.
Perfect we've been. Glad that got a chuckle. Now help me come up with a name that I can't
Fuck,
fit.
man,
We've
I'm sitting here
been.
thinking about shit. Yeah, all my dumb names are usually really long.
I think. Well, let me go.
Does Billy Joel fit? J-O with that line above it, L. I think that might work.
I think that will. Right, B.
Shit!
Oh, no. Wait, we can just do one L.
No, just call him Bon Jovi.
I wanna be Bon. I don't wanna.
Well, don't be Bon Jovi then. Fine. All right.
I'm
Like,
gonna
I'm not.
be
You gotta come up with a name, like, you know.
Look, I really like the idea of Billy Joel. I think we can make it work.
Yeah, no, I think that's fantastic. Well, yeah, you could just B-I-L-I. Like, that's Billy.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, if you're like a tween or something that was, you know, born far too recently.
A J. There is a J.
Others. Go to others, because it might have the thing with the O over it. Others, Aaron, others. Oh, Billy Joe, this isn't Green Day. Ah, crap, it doesn't. Just have a bunch of... Why would you want, like, shitty not even emojis in there? Like, oh, hell yeah. My person's
Fucking
named... No. You don't do it. It's just weird.
Everything's been ruined. I'm gonna be Bon Jovi. That's it. My life's ruined. Now I'm Bon Jovi. I can have a space.
There's a dash to the right. I think it's hyphenated.
It is now. Sorry, Bon.
Short for Bonald Jovial.
You've just been Jovi. Oh wait, that doesn't.
Nothing fits! What about John Cena? Like, maybe no space?
Jovi has to be capitalized. Okay. Christ.
What is it with Japan
Name
and
is
seven?
Bon Jovi. Alright, I'm happy with that. Look at that okay ... so you're Bon Jovi. What name that is if you're a Monglet. This boy here, I believe he's your
is
friend.
That one of the starting Pokemon?
What might his
now?
name be? Bon Scott.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
Bon Scott, is it? That's your friend's name? Yes. I wouldn't call him friend, more of an acquaintance.
Yeah.
All right, Bon
bit of a
Jovi,
maniac,
time
to
has
be
come.
honest.
Your very own tale of grand adventure is about to unfold. On your journey, you will meet countless Pokemon along the way. I'm sure that along the way, you'll discover many things. Perhaps even something about yourself. Now go on, leap into the world of Pokemon. Here we go. Oh, now look, I turned into a thing. So the reason we're playing this is because there is a remake of this coming out, and the new thing terrified me. But now I'm playing this. Despite the exploration team's best efforts, however, the rare, oddly colored Pokemon eluded detection. Rumored red Gyarados failed to appear, even fleetingly, to the crestfallen team.
Gary Disc Operating System.
That concludes our special report, Search for the Red Gyarados, brought to you by Jubilife TV on Nationwide Net. See you next week, same time, same channel.
No, you won't. The internet exists. I'm not, like, showing up at a place at a time. What is this? A job? Nuts to you, lady.
We're not doing a set. I feel that's just a little harsh.
What is that? There's so many things I don't understand.
Set
Where's
is
Pikachu?
A set style is where you can't switch Pokemon when it goes, hey, this is coming in, would you like to switch.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Should we turn it on or off?
Is it in the Nuzlocke?
It can be. An optional rule.
What? Like, the problem, like, they should have, it needs, you know, there shouldn't be this a la carte shit. Like, it should be, like, there should be Nuzlocke 1, Nuzlocke 2, Nuzlocke 3. If they're gonna have multiples at all, because otherwise, what's the point of having rules? Oh yeah, there's this thing called the Nuzlocke run, but you can completely change it if you want. Great, alright, fine. My name's Nuzlocke now,
the
and
reason
everything I do is
the
law.
reason is because the original was set for a certain game. So depending on the generation of game, there's a lot of things that vary. So certain
If there's
rules
like,
can
if
be
each
harsher
generation
for
has
each.
like, you know, if there was Nuzlocke Pearl and that was set, it's just, at the moment it just feels a little bit too fluid to be a rule set for me, you know? I feel like if we're gonna be challenged, you know, it's like, hey Gabe, you're gonna run the 100 meters. I was like, ah, sweet, can we make it 50? Like, I just don't feel like, you know, just
Set it to how challenging you think it should.
keep writing it down as 100 though, you know? Yeah, but then, you know, that could just be anything. Like, that doesn't
Look,
need to be Nuzlocke. I can just say,
Bon Scott's
you
home.
know, we'll call it the Nun's Cock Run. The Nutsock Run. Is that Bon Scott's voice?
It's alright, I just
so you
won't.
bumped
I won't
into
ask
shit.
your opinion next time. Let's do it.
Don't look at...
Fucking house. My house. Guess he's the only other person that has a mailbox, yeah? Look,
Bud.
don't touch me, Bon Scott.
Early Akadaka.
Look, you can't find me $1 million. You're a child. I am also a child. Look,
You know what? Just, like, smack this kid in the head.
yes, I am. Have you thought of getting him diagnosed?
Have you thought about hitting him a lot? Like,
He's just rushing around your house, never sitting still.
just trip him over a couple of times. Stick your leg out.
Touch your shit while you're gone.
Yeah.
The Wii.
It's gonna make that nomp sound an awful lot, isn't it? Every time you touch a wall.
That one?
Yeah.
Every time I touch a wall. We DS era, baby.
Welcome to the Nintendo DS. It has 2 screens and it can go.
It's a cool feature.
Yeah.
Had a special speaker just
Screen, yeah. Well, it was like how the Sonic cartridges were mostly the friggin' thing saying Sega, you know? Like, most of the DS was built around having the speaker.
Speaker is the way. It's the way.
They could have just had that, like, built into the friggin', you know, Mega Drive itself. You know? Like, well, no, the fucking Sega! Like, that could have just been, like, you could have put that on the thing, as opposed to...
Every time you press the reset and start button. Every time.
Yeah.
That failed. Sega! This is Sega! Would've been cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go find a red Gyarados. We don't have any Pokemon, dipshit. Gonna get eaten.
No, I'm enjoying the music in this one.
But nice.
This feels like, you know, beats to do homework to or whatever the shit.
Holy fuck, you're right. Did they just like predate a thing?
I don't know when that's... When's this from?
This was 2000 and...
That upsets me. Because, like, I gotta come up with more markers or some shit. Because for a long time, the year 2000 was a big marker for me for obvious, easy reasons, you know? I was, like, 17 that year and all that shit. And then, like, because that felt like, oh, yeah, it's the future. And it's like, that's kind of a, you know, contemporaneous thing. And now that's 21 years ago, and that's upsetting to think about. I keep thinking of things like, oh, yeah, the DS, that's a recent handheld. No, it isn't, Gabriel. That was from a long time ago.
Oh.
Now, people in motion capture suits pretend to be anime girls eating bugs on the internet.
That ups. Thank you.
It upsets me, but not for the obvious reasons. You know?
Alright, so we got Turtwig,
That sucks. I hate Turtwig.
Chimchar,
Getting better, but it looks like it's got shit for a
and
head.
Piplup. What are you feeling?
Okay, not the tree, because that thing looks stupid. Maybe that. Monkey. I don't want to take a fucking sad
Another
pigeon
part of
into a fight.
Nuzlocke is you have to name every Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
It's a rule 'cause it's supposed to improve the bond, you know, experience.
All right. Well, we're gonna call this one David Spade. Or just
Alrighty then, I'm aboard with this.
just D Spade or something if it doesn't fit, because it won't, because this thing is built around ruining all of our fun.
Scratch or leer? Scratch. Don't leer at the bird, just scratch the fucker. No, my attack stat. How dare you? Imagine if MMA fighters were turn-based in real life.
I bet you could convince some of the nerdier ones to do that using like a dice system or something, you know, like.
I'd like just
Problem is
for
you gotta
someone to
stand it,
use
yeah.
a growl. Just go, "Arr!" And for the other one to go, "Ha," as his attack snap drops. But now he's got to hit less hard.
I mean, you could probably do that. I mean, it's probably easy enough to do a mod called Danamon where you're like, you know, Dana White going around collecting and underpaying martial artists to let themselves get like, you know, injured in his goddamn octagon because he's a horrid crimson pig monster. I use Pokemon here.
Yeah, I stole your professor's balls, and I unleashed the power within inside that was inside.
I feel like it's
Digimon,
weird that they're
gotta
leaning
get
that
'em.
much into the fact that these are just like children running around grabbing shit they shouldn't be, you know? Like, because in the first one, it's just, that was a very like early attitude, you know? It's just like, hell yeah, it's the 90s and you can just send a kid out to go on an adventure. That's what half the media we were raised on was, you know? Like Goonies, Monster Squad. Like, it's just like, oh yeah, kids, just off you go. Go find a pirate treasure.
Look, Bon Scott, don't do things behind me while I'm not looking.
Don't follow me that close ever.
Breathing on my neck. Yeah, the old guy's staring at us because we stole his shit.
Oh, that's actually his mustache has a set of fake eyes on it to make predators feel like he's always looking at them.
And he eats them.
Stash mimic.
It's one of those early, you know, horror-esque children's show sort of big rubber monsters that just kind of goes flump, like unfolds to them.
One of those weird, like, British children's programs that was, like, haunting and terrifying.
There was too many.
Oh, yeah, no, there's a whole Twitter account called Scarred for Life about those. And there are some great ones, like, because a lot of it came to Australia because, you know, Australia. Australia even managed to knock out some of its own. But, like, fuck, there were a bunch that we never got here. Like, a lot of the time they weren't actually TV shows. Like, some of them were, what are those things? You know, public service things. Like, don't touch railway lines, shit like that. Or don't climb weird abandoned smokestacks in Birmingham or some shit. You know, and some of them were, like, specific to the UK. Like, there's not a lot of abandoned industrial district, you know, in Australia. But there's just lots of small things you should never touch. And you can cover those all pretty much in one thing, you know?
Something that's much improved on very much on games is you get shoes on, like early on, that let you run.
This is pretty early on.
And
I'd regard this as quite early.
that rocks because this sucks and this rocks.
Hell yeah.
Also, you know, I kind of don't agree with the mother there going, wow, I can't believe that happened to you. The thing that I told you explicitly not to do and you did and then got in trouble. You dumb fucking shit.
Don't go out or monster birds will attack you. Okay? What'd you
I
do?
went out, monster
Yeah.
birds attacked me.
All right, well, you're not going out for another, like, month or two. Because, no.
This doesn't count.
Oh,
Oh, it's a
yeah.
Maku hitter.
Fat Pikachu. He really did just make Samoan Pikachu.
Look, don't you focus at me. That means he's more likely to get crits.
All right, careful. In 15 minutes, when that Samoan guy's able to stand up, he's gonna hit you really fucking hard. Or not.
He's only level 2. Ah, you shitter.
What is that supposed to be, anyway?
I think it's supposed to be like its head's supposed to be like a dumpling looking thing. I don't know. It evolves into a big, really like sort of.
The people at home, Aaron's just doing some kind of strange dance. That's not. He wasn't just talking that, because you're gonna be at home, you're gonna go.
You know
oh,
the
okay, Aaron's-"
kabukis?
Yeah. All right. No. Okay.
Yeah,
I see what you're doing now.
Yeah, yeah. I couldn't
so
form
no,
the words. Yeah.
Aaron just jazz-handed some Japanese no theater.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is as fantastic as you could possibly imagine it to be.
Damn you, Bon Scott.
I'm assuming all of the, like... Because I hate him more than I hate the rival from the first game. The rival from the first game was a nutsack, but this kid's just annoying the shit out of me, like... You know.
Kids can be very annoying, yeah.
That one, like, Bon Scott is being... You know, he's just a dick.
Yeah.
And I'd rather someone who hates me than someone who's just a constant fucking dick.
Yes.
Chimchar sounds like a Taco Bell item.
That's.
I think we can fit...
I think, yeah, no, we get way more letters to play with the Pokemon's name. That's bullshit.
To quote somebody holding a very small briefcase, I think we can fit David Spade in here.
Spade is quite a large word.
Well, you know, that's his American name. It's not like...
I'm not David Sade.
David Sade. You know, we're not
Oh,
calling
wait,
him...
I can have a... Oh, no.
Yeah, Dave's bad. Fucking... Yeah, thank you, Jesus.
It's got like a... I'm trying to do it like it's a modern keyboard, so, you know, touch, 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 touch.
Yeah,
but it
it's
doesn't
not
work
doing
like that.
I mean, you have like a tiny David Spade monkey moving at 2 frames a second, like, probably not... Probably doesn't have cherry switches on this fucking keyboard, to be honest, Aaron.
Nah.
Each of those assistants down there is responsible for another side of that guy's mustache.
Move on to the main topic.
Does this professor have a
Iron
name? Because last
mustache.
time
Yeah,
we
it's
had...
Rowan.
Oh, okay, there we go. That doesn't have the same ring as Professor Oak. No.
Professor Rowoke.
Or just Professor Jacaranda.
Professor Willow Pussy.
Pussy Willow.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Shit was sci-fi when I had a fucking Game Boy. What's this do? It's a fucking computer book. It takes pictures, it has information in it. That's nuts.
We all wanted one in real life, and then the one came out, and it was shit, and I was very upset.
Absolutely unspeakably bad.
Made me so angry.
And I mean, granted, we still weren't quite at like fucking, we weren't in
God,
tablet
no.
territory.
But they
like,
teased us.
Yeah.
They goddamn teased us because it was like, dude, did you hear the bring out the Pokedex? And it's like, fuck off. And then you see it and you're on the shelf and you're like, no way. And then you look at it and you're like, oh. And then one of your friends gets it and you're like, oh.
This is crap. Because these days you could absolutely have a physical one with a screen in it and a fucking chip and it could probably emulate like...
100%.
You know. I've probably got 3 things sitting around my house that do that. Just don't care to. I wouldn't buy medicine from a place that buys medicine from kids. It's okay, I glued the seal back on.
I love that she's like, before you go very far away, you should let someone you know, like, care about that you're going. It's like, yeah, kinda. I would have just left. Sorry, Mom, but I'm hard Pokedex. You can buy Pokeballs before doing the Pokeball tutorial. So I can only heal at Pokemon centers. I'm going to...
Are you allowed to use like antidotes and paralyze heals?
No. Let's go no. Let's make it hard.
Okay.
I may rue that decision,
You will.
but that's part of the fun.
First thing we'll deal with is something that doesn't attack but just paralyzes. And then we'll be here for 20 minutes watching like fucking, I don't know, duct tape mon just wiggle at you while you have to wiggle back. And that'll be 3 episodes long, so you got that to look forward to. Don't worry, by the 3rd episode I'll have finished writing an opera.
About the thing that's unfolding. I don't trust old men in the corner.
Look out, corner dudes.
What if you don't have Pokemon? They just shun you? Get away from the PC, you non-mon.
Okay, non. Actually, that's just a book.
Digimon, gotta get some. We'll see you next time.
Keep It Classy is proudly sponsored completely by its fans. We thank you for your support.
It expanded somehow. I'll have you know.